it's been a little while, but I finally got the ignition parts in for the Shelby. New wires, the spark plug boots, and you can see the new plugs there that I've already had. So I'm betting that there's going to be probably a plug that has missing porcelain, or probably a strap burnt off or something, because it runs weird. Sounds like it's missing a cylinder. When you rev it up though, it runs clean. Alright, I'm gonna pull this #1 spark plug out and see what it looks like. Alright, I got the #1 plug out, and it looks like it was running rich. Otherwise, I mean, it looks okay. So I'll come back after I pull a few more out, or give you an update if I find something interesting. Okay, I got all the plugs replaced and plug wires and the boots on. Nothing really out of the ordinary. I mean, the plugs are like a year old. Some had some wet feel on them. Some were just black. So I think they probably just got fouled out, especially the ones on this side from when the plug wires burnt. I think it was losing spark. But I got everything zip tied out of the way. Everything's all ran nice and neat. Pretty happy with the MSD Street Fire plug wires. They're 8mm. So we're gonna fire this thing up and see if it runs any better. Hopefully it does. Okay, so I just came back from driving it. Drove it probably 10 miles. It runs and drives great, but it just idles weird, and it runs rich until you rev it up and clear it out. So I'm probably gonna pop the cap off at some point and look at the rotor. I'm thinking that it's got an ignition problem, or it could just be those wires. I mean, I messed with those wires that had burnt and I put back together, and it didn't make any difference. You know, I mean, they're a solid connection, but maybe it just needs a solid once over everything else. But I'm not really sure. So, but hey, I mean, it doesn't have a blown head gasket, I think, and it runs better now. I mean, it runs pretty strong. It had, like I said, it hasn't had plugs in a year, and it runs pretty strong, stronger than I remember on the road. So I think those plugs have been kind of old for a while. So I'll fix the fans, and I'll fix those wires and try to figure out the idling issue and get some tires on the rear and, you know, a couple other little odds and ends. But for the most part, I can still drive it right now. Oh, and it has no power steering. The high pressure line got rock hard and blew a hole in it, and I'm sure the power steering pump's probably trash, so I'm just going to keep driving it and put a pump and a line on it. But, you know, just use it for manual steering. So for now, I can actually daily drive this thing again.